Welcome to your early bird getting started video. I am Brittany Lynn. I'm certified nutritional practitioner, body talk practitioner, and I am going to be facilitating and coaching and mentoring you through the next 5-week reset. Now, I say 5 weeks because there's a bonus week that I really don't announce until the first week we open up, but because you're an early birder, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know of kind of some of the secrets that we have going on through the group. So one of the big bonuses is this is actually a 5-week. We're going to have a bonus 5th week class that comes into play where it's just strictly Q&A for you to figure out, after you're feeling so great and so balanced after the reset, how do I continue this in my everyday life? So we'll get to that when we actually get to that week of the program. But I want to congratulate you on really stepping in to what I call true transformation. And what I'm talking about when I say true transformation is this isn't just, about losing weight. I know that's a lot of people's goals. I get it. It's the time of the year, especially coming into 2020. The new year has that fresh energy, wanting to kind of shed those pounds. This course runs deeper in its work and what it gives, how it serves people. It works deeper. We're going to talk a lot about our connection to food, but more importantly, our connection to ourselves. So how are we really honoring our bodies? And my intention by the end of the 5 weeks is that you have completely transformed your relationship to food, but your relationship to yourself. And that is the most important thing. That's the most important shift that I want people doing the Hormonal Reset Master Series, what I want them getting out of this over the next 5 weeks. So true transformation. We're going to work on the mindset around things. We're also going to work on the behaviors. So this isn't after the 30 days, time's up, and you just go back to all your old behaviors. The idea is that we've really kind of renegotiated what works for you and what doesn't to keep you on set for your goals. So again, you've signed up, you're part of the early bird package, and I wanted to provide you with kind of the 1, 2, 3, the 3 steps that can kind of put you ahead of the game. So when we open the gates January 19th, that's when I'm going to open up the private Facebook group, you're going to kind of have some of these steps in place already. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was the 3 big boys that we're going to be focusing on when it comes to what we will be removing in the 5 weeks. So if you want to get a jump start on this, it's completely up to you. You don't have to start until we actually open up the class January 19th. But some people like to kind of get ahead of the game, have a little bit of an outline. Now, you're going to be provided with everything from a meal plan to a recipe guide to a shopping list. I mean, the course is so jam-packed, full of guided information. So if you don't want to start now, you don't have to. But this is my gift to you. So when I talk about true transformation and altering our relationship to food, there's 2 perspectives we can take on that. We can take an emotional perspective. What is our emotional connection to food and healing? But then there's a very physical, biochemical brain connection that we have to food. And there are 3 what I call like the titans, the big boys that play on our brain, that play with our neurotransmitters. And these 3 things, you've probably already know what one of them is, but there's 2 out of the 3 that some people just don't quite understand how they're having such a tremendous impact on their food behaviors, on their ability to feel full, on their ability to not crave sugar, choose something different. So this bonus video, you're kind of getting some of the answers before we even start. But the 3 big boys, if you want to do something for yourself and start a little bit early to cut out are sugar, dairy, and gluten. Now, in the actual courses, we have a whole unit on this is exactly why. This is why we're cutting these out. This is how it's playing on your brain. But the short of the long is it really does start to affect the reward center in the brain, the pleasure center in the brain, the addictive part in our behaviors. And so when we cut these foods out, and we rewrite the way and how our brain asks for food and what food is doing for us, for our mood, right, for our energy. When we start to rewrite that pattern, then our body will start to ask for something different. And so that's my tip number 1. I want you to just start to get really aware of where gluten, dairy, and sugar are coming into your diet. You don't have to cut them out because we're going to be doing this together, but I want you to get real clear on where is this hiding? Where is this coming in that I'm not necessarily aware of? Because sugar is hiding everywhere, you guys. Everywhere. There are 73 different names for sugar that manufacturers can put on the package. And we might, as consumers, just skip right over that and not even notice that it's acting the same way white sugar would in our body. So we need to pay attention, and I'm going to be talking all about this in the actual reset in the course. The next thing that we can get a head start on being in the Early Bird Challenge is detoxification. That's going to be one of our big focuses moving forward when the reset actually launches. Detoxification is everything. We need to make sure we are taking out the garbage. We are cleaning the system. And so I want you to start this now. I want you to start this now before we even open the doors, January 19th. And I want you to start your morning elixir. Now, in this bonus page, you're going to be seeing the recipe down below for what the morning elixir looks like. But I want you to start this ASAP. So as soon as you get this email, as soon as you've purchased your tickets, I want you to start doing this elixir. Why? It's going to start to alkalize the system first thing in the morning. It's going to start to open up liver activity, gallbladder activity. And again, we're going to learn all about this in the course. But it's priming you. It's priming your filtration system for the day ahead so that you are properly detoxifying. So you can find that recipe on this page. It's easy peasy. It's probably one of many, but one of the main things that everybody takes from this, and they just love it. They fall in love with it. It becomes their morning cleanser, their morning elixir. So I wanted to share that with you so you could get a jump start. The last piece I want to share with you is getting some resources in order before we get started. The one thing you can go out and get is some sort of a journal for yourself. Get something that is going to be just for you to write down some notes if you want to write down notes. Now, everything's recorded in our Facebook group and left up. Everything's archived from the live classes that I teach. Every single week, I'll come on and teach a new live class. To the meal plans, to the recipes, to the everything is documented and everything is archived. So you don't have to worry about saving it all, okay? But go and get yourself a journal, something that you can kind of take some notes in, something that you can kind of record. You know, how are you feeling? How are things changing for you? Mentally, physically, emotionally. These are all things that we want to pay attention to as we move through the 5 weeks of the reset. This is very powerful. Another option or another book or a resource I want to direct you to it's a book called It Starts with Food. It Starts with Food, and it's by Melissa Hartwig. That picture is also here on the page that you've accessed with your early bird tickets. And the second book is The Microbiome Diet. The Microbiome Diet. I want you to take a look at that book, pick up the audiobook. Go to your local chapters or Amazon or what have you, and gather these resources together, because it's going to prep you, but also it's going to support you throughout and after the reset. So I want to officially welcome you to the 2020 reset. This is for you. This is you putting yourself as a priority. And I'm going to tell you this. You might think this is just for you to lose weight, but there's so many other benefits that you're going to get out of doing this course. I've taught this course now to hundreds of women, and it never, I love hearing the testimonials and the ways that people are changing, but it never amazes me, when I hear that so many other things that they didn't even expect to change started changing in their lives. And you will only understand that once you move through the reset. So take these kind of 3 tips coming into the January reset. I will be seeing you on January 19th, 2020. Make sure that you find me on Facebook. So friend me personally on Facebook, Brittany McCann, and you'll be added to the private group 24 hours before we actually launch. I can't wait to see you guys there.